logs. We are back, and this time we have a nice laptop to repair. This is IdeaPad 3, i7 CPU. Okay, that was a big screw there. The problem with this one, pressing the power button, dead. The job is coming from a computer business. Let's check their email. So what they are saying, customer reported that the laptop stopped receiving charge from their charger, and then the battery ran out. Try alternative generic charger, no difference. Yeah, they send many jobs, but we are looking into this Lenovo. Okay, so basically the laptop is dead, but they said, let's plug a charger. We have a round pin charger. Definitely we can repair this one. Definitely. So they said actually the laptop worked till the battery ran out. Let me find the right plug. So the right plug should be this one. It is. So 19 volts, little bit of current there, plug in the charger, and no, it's taking no current, nothing, dead. Dead. Pressing the power button, it's taking some current, check there, so it's not the charging port. You can see that? Yeah, nothing, now it's zero, nothing. Let's quickly open the laptop and let's have a look inside. Maybe we can help them. And the laptop, it's open. The battery is disconnected. Let's check the main power rail before we are connecting the battery, right? So main power rail, I'm assuming this is a capacitor, 0 ohms, you think? Let's check on a different place. Wait, I know this model, I know. So we have few videos, and actually it's a capacitor exactly here. So I believe this capacitor usually is getting shorted on this model to 2 ohms. Huh? So definitely the main power rail is shorted. But how the laptop worked till the battery ran out? It's making no sense. No. The main power rail is shorted. Let's check under the microscope. Just to be sure we are checking where it's supposed to be checked. I mean, it's no even point. Check here. It's exactly the capacitor I told you, remember? It's the capacitor under the foil, yeah? I told you every time we have like 2 videos with this model with exactly the same capacitor. It's exactly the same. Exactly the same. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah, because we have the plastic here and I don't want to take the board out. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, it is what it is. So the capacitor is out. If we are checking for sure now, no short. Huh? Say something about that. Huh? So if we are plugging the charger now, what will happen? Plug in the charger. We have like 1 amp. The laptop is coming on. The fan is spinning. Let's plug the battery. Plug in the battery. The BIOS battery is disconnected. Check here. BIOS battery is connected. Let's put this thingy back here. It's exactly the same capacitor every time. Every time. So the BIOS has been reset. Let's wait for the picture. But it looks like everything is working fine. Yeah, we have picture. Check that, huh? Yeah, we have a pizza. Definitely. And everything is fine, it's charging fine. Probably the battery has power, right? Yeah, the battery is fully charged. Let me shut down the laptop. So you see the customer story is not real, yeah? This laptop could not work till the battery ran out. Actually, the laptop died in the moment the capacitor got shorted and the battery is still fully charged. Yeah, short one. Yeah, what can I do more than that? What do you want me to do more? Well, clean that dusty fan. Yeah, the computer show can do it. Fantastic. Let me grab the other job. So here we have a nice ASUS Zenbook. I mean, check here. This is like brand new. Let's check their email, same email. And what they are saying is Zenbook, customer reported spilled drink while the laptop was power on. And now won't power on. So this is a liquid damage job. Now, the first thing I told to the computer business is let the customer know. If I repair the board and I'm charging the money for a board repair, that doesn't mean the laptop it will work. Yeah, so yeah, it is possible I'm charging the money, but the laptop still not working if the keyboard is faulty. And the keyboard replacement comes on the top of the repair price. Yeah, have nothing to do with the money I'm charging for the motherboard repair. So yeah, we have USB-C. Let's plug a charger. It's very, very important to let them know the keyboard can be faulty, because you can work hours. You fix the motherboard and the keyboard is not working. They will not gonna pay. Yeah, so yeah, happened to me. Happened many times before. So plug in the charger, and the meter is not even coming on. You can see that. No, let me plug on a different port. On this port, it is coming on. Check that. 20 volts. Can you believe that? But where is the power button? The power button is here. Pressing the power button, nothing happened. No. But the PD controller is working, and that's a good thing. Let's quickly open the laptop and let's have a look inside. I'm trying to give you some lessons, from my own mistakes. So you don't go on the same path I went and actually lose time and money because of a bad management. Yeah. On a liquid, happened to lose money. Even like we fixed the board and actually the screen was liquid damage, and the customer didn't want to pay more. So the customer said, and that's right. Yeah, he said, if I'm paying more, I better buy a new one. And I understand the customer. But you have to give to the customer a clear picture of what's going on. It's like I fix the board, but you can have a dead keyboard. You can have a dead screen. You can have, I don't know, many other problems. So try to do it on the right way. And you're not going to lose time or money. And the laptop is open. We can see some liquid damage there. Someone took out the board, I can see here. But we really have to have a look. Here the screws are missing. The power button is on one side here, but looks fine. And it's not charging. This is an important aspect. It's not charging. Plug in the charger and the meter is coming on, but no, nothing. So why is not charging? The battery is fully charged, you think? Battery has 0 volts. No. Let's, actually the battery is disconnected. Huh? No. Okay, let's check the main power rail to be sure it's not shorted. So the main power rail, we have capacitors, a lot of capacitors, like here, and it's not short, and it's not short. This current sensor to ground is not short. This, okay, it's not short. It's nothing shorted. What about the coils? The coils are shorted. Let's check the coils. This one, fine, 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 Fine. 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 All coils are fine. I mean, it's no shorted coil here. Let's go under the microscope and check together. I mean, okay, I can see some sign of liquid damage. This is the PD controller, by the way. Here is some liquid damage, like a sweet liquid. Check here. Yeah. Here is liquid damage. Liquid damage on the crystal. Okay, that's the worst place to have liquid damage. Liquid damage on our interseal chip. Can you believe that? Ha! This is a critical chip. Yeah. You can't have liquid damage here. Let's plug the charger one more time and check the voltage there. So the charger is plugged. And let's see what we have on that chip. We have any voltage? So here we have 19 volts. Actually, it's good. 19 volts. Okay, that's a different track. Good. This one has to have an internal regulator, 5 volts somewhere. So here is 0. Here is 0. Here is 0. So we have no 5 volts. So here is 0. So our regulator is dead. We have an internal regulator, 5 volts. It is dead. No. AC chip is looking fine. No, the internal regulator is not working. Let's check the capacitors around this chip. So the capacitors, this one is good, good. This one is like 4 ohms. You think it's right, 4 ohms? I don't think it's right. This one is fine. Why 4 ohms on a... Because it's a current sensor. Okay, yeah. So capacitor is connected exactly here. And here it's a current sensor. Yeah, 4 ohms. It's fine. It's fine. It's no problem. Back to the square one. The 5 volts internal regulator is not working. I will say, let's take the chip out. And let's have a look. I'm going to use a transparent flux, gel flux, because I want to see what's going on there, yeah? We are going for 480 degrees. Great. And let's take this chip out. Because this chip is actually charging the battery, creating the main power rail, and all that kind of stuff. And you will ask, sorry, but how? How we can know that? I'm gonna show you. So this chip is creating the main power rail using this coil. And on this coil, you have this dual MOSFET. You can see you have 1 gate, 2 gates. This is a dual MOSFET, and this is a dual MOSFET. You have 1 gate and 1 gate. So that's how the main power rail is created. Checking the chip on the other side. And the chip is looking good. I mean, call me crazy, but I think this chip is faulty actually. So I want this chip to be replaced. But let's clean the board. Cleaning the board here. And it's looking like brand new. Where is that crystal here? You don't want anything on the crystal like liquid damage and stuff. No. Fantastic. So now we need another chip. I'm gonna search quickly for a chip on my box. 9241, that's the chip, 9241. I'm pretty sure we can find like a brand new chip here on my box. Okay, I don't have it on my box. Let me try to find it on a board. We found it, 9241, check that. Huh? On a Samsung board. So let's take this chip out quickly. Good. We have flux. And the chip is out. Yeah. Let's solder the chip here. Pin number 1, which has to be on the other side. Here, right? Or not? Yeah, here. Here is pin number 1. Good. This is the old one. Solder in the chip. And the chip is soldered in place. Yeah. Great. So what about now? Do you think it will work? Charging it will be a good sign. I mean, we should get 20 volts on the USB-C without even this chip. Let's plug a charger. So plug in the charger, same like before. It's taking current, I can't believe, 1 amp. Huh? So what do you think about that? Just say it. Just say it's okay. It's fine. You can express your feelings. Plug in the charger. And it's taking 3 amps. Check that, 3.1. Huh? Do you think the old chip is good? I think we should put the box. We should put the chip onto my box and use it next time. Yeah? Maybe it's good. Maybe not. But that's the surprise with the box. You get a chip, but you don't know if it's good or not. It's just more mystery added to a job. The fan is spinning. The laptop is on with no picture. We have picture! I can't believe. Ha! Crazy, right? It's loading the windows. Hopefully the keyboard is working. The keyboard is working, then yeah, this is a happy customer. The touchpad is working. And the keyboard is working, I can't believe. I shut down the laptop. Let's shut down and start again to test the power button. Because first time the laptop start because we reset the BIOS. But I want to see if the laptop it will start by pressing the power button. Pressing the power button and indeed it is coming on. Yeah. So it looks like it's working fine. Yeah, it is a lucky customer. Perfect repair, right? Yeah. So when you have this kind of ISL interseal chip, check the internal regulator. I mean, I don't know which pin has to be 5 volts or 6 volts, but has to be somewhere. And it was nowhere. I'm happy I helped the customer. I'm gonna stop here. I will say thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you like the video, and see you on the next one. Hey, if you find my content being helpful, don't forget you can support this channel by pressing the join button, and you can get instantly access to our members only cool collection and Discord private channels for support with your repairs. Also, you can have a look on our United Kingdom eBay, where you can find some cool and unique products, or our Patreon page. Thank you.